Karens are all over the place these days. They're hard to miss. With their inflated egos and misplaced confidence, it's tough not to get irritated with their antics. But do they maintain that sense of superiority when they finally face the reality of going to jail? Here are 5 cases when entitled Karens realize they're going to jail. Number 5. Woman lands herself back in jail. Ever heard of the saying, trying to cover one lie with another? Well, our first Karen on the list did just that and found herself back in jail right after getting caught. Natasha, a woman with a troubled past, finds herself in a situation that's rapidly spiraling out of control. She's sitting in a car that was reported stolen, but she insists it's not what it seems. She was given the key, after all.
What charges?
Oh, because this car, it was reported stolen, but I have the key.
Oh.
She gave me the key.
Oh, okay. Well,
so
step
it's
out
not
for a
stolen
sec.
then, right?
Step out for a sec.
The police, however, aren't convinced. As the officers approach, Natasha greets them with a mix of confusion and defiance. She's just gotten her license back, a small victory in her chaotic life. But the officers have other concerns. They mention a warrant, something Natasha can't fathom. She's just out of jail. How could she have a warrant already?
Good, I got my license.
You do?
Yeah.
You got a warrant, I think.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
For what?
I don't know what it's for.
I do not, I just got out of jail.
You got bullet charges, too.
They ask her to step out of the car, a request that makes her visibly uncomfortable. The conversation takes a turn when the officers bring up bolo charges for credit card fraud. Natasha's confusion deepens. Credit card fraud? That's not her style.
What?
Credit card.
What?
Credit card fraud.
No, I don't.
You do?
I haven't used anybody's credit card in forever. It's on my hip. You said I had my wallet.
She's adamant about her innocence, but the officers are unmoved. The officers watch her closely, their suspicion growing with every erratic movement.
I have a bolo.
I don't know. Why are you shaking?
Because I'm nervous now that you're behind me.
Natasha tries to explain the situation, but her words are a jumble of half-truths and nervous ramblings. The officers decide to search her. Natasha admits to having a pipe, but it's empty and brand new, she claims.
I have a pipe on me. It's brand new though, so it's not paraphernalia.
The officers find it in her waistband, confirming her story, but they're not satisfied. There's more to Natasha than meets the eye. As they search the car, Natasha becomes increasingly agitated.
What is bolo though? Can I grab my water now? It's right there. It's a picture bottle.
Good. No, we'll just hang out.
Shit,
We're not going to
sorry.
grab waters now.
Natasha.
She's worried about her belongings, especially her money.
Buddy? Here.
Who aren't you?
I'm not going to take your money. Here, just put your...
The fear of losing what little she has is written all over her face. The officers place her in handcuffs as they search her car.
Here. Put that one behind your back.
Oh, sorry.
Is there anything else in the car?
The officers find a broken pipe and several credit cards in the car, none of which belong to Natasha, she claims. She tries to explain. They're from a black bag given to her by a former roommate.
This morning, I went to my old roommate's, and he gave me a black bag full of somebody else's stuff. Okay. That's where those cards came from.
But her story is riddled with holes.
Take the credit cards that aren't yours?
I didn't even know it was in the black bag until I started looking through it.
I don't believe that.
Honestly, I didn't. I haven't stolen any of them.
Natasha's demeanor shifts from confusion to frustration. She insists that she hasn't used the credit cards and that she's been set up.
You know I had a warrant out. He says he's got me all over town using somebody else's credit card. The only credit card I think I've used is Ernie's and Pa's. And Pa gave me permission.
Natasha tries to deflect, to shift the blame. She talks about a man named Ernie and about how he deserves everything that's happening to him. She mentions a woman named Pa, who supposedly gave her permission to use her credit cards. The mounting evidence against her sends Natasha's emotions spiraling into anger and frustration.
Credit card theft.
Yeah, I understand that, but
You're on camera everywhere, all around town, using people's credit cards, Natasha. People work hard for their money, and you're taking it.
I don't usually use credit cards.
She firmly denies the accusations, but matters worsen when the officers discover a suspicious bag nearby.
That is not mine. No, I shook my bra out and shook my pants out for you guys.
Hey, Connor.
I did.
Despite this, Natasha stands her ground, insisting it's not hers.
It's not mine. I don't know. I didn't even see it there.
That's a good amount you got from Patty.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
But the evidence is overwhelming.
Natasha, can I ask you this? Don't you think it's odd that it's standing right there, right behind you where you're standing at?
And it was under the car.
It was literally right down where you're standing at.
And you didn't see it.
The officers discussed the findings, the credit cards, the contraband. It's a pattern of behavior that Natasha can't deny, no matter how hard she tries.
First rodeo, Natasha.
Right, I understand that, but I just told you. Wow.
She's caught in a web of her own making, and there's no easy way out. The officers find more items in the car, including checkbooks and IDs, all in Natasha's handwriting.
And this is her handwriting. Yeah. IDs, credit cards, sign.
It's quite the discovery, one that paints a picture of a life mired in deceit and desperation. In the back of the police car, Natasha still tries to argue that she's innocent.
The last 3 times I've been arrested, I haven't even been charged with possession because I don't carry it on me anymore. Because I'm tired of the possession.
But let's be real. The officers aren't buying it anymore after catching her in her own web of lies. The truth hits hard, though. She's just another person who took a wrong turn, stuck in that never-ending cycle of bad decisions. Fresh out of jail, she's got a lot to think about. How life can go south fast when you make the wrong moves. As the officers wrap up her arrest, Natasha's anger fades into a sense of resignation. It's another trip to jail for her. They list the charges: possession of illegal stuff and paraphernalia, plus bail jumping. The weight of it all hits Natasha hard, like a ton of bricks. It's a tough lesson, but maybe, just maybe, it's the one that'll finally help her find a better path. Number 4. The unexpected consequences of a 10-year reunion. Reuniting with friends after a long time is always eagerly anticipated. It's a celebration filled with fun, laughter, memories, and sometimes even tears. In this next case, 2 best friends were brought back together after a decade apart, and their reunion indeed had tears, but not the tears of joy they might have expected. Will their friendship withstand this conflict? Let's find out. In the early hours of a chilly March morning in Marshfield, Wisconsin, a scene unfolds at the intersection of 17th and Apple. A car, haphazardly stopped, becomes the center of attention for local law enforcement. Inside, Heather, a woman with a tumultuous past, is embroiled in a heated argument with her best friend since 8th grade.
What's going on?
We got in an argument.
Okay.
She's been my best friend since like 8th grade.
Sir, I was driving.
Okay, if you under...
The argument spills out, drawing the attention of the police.
No, she was driving.
Okay, you're...
The entire reason she was driving is because I can't.
Okay, so...
The officers approach cautiously, sensing the volatility of the situation. Heather, visibly upset, is in a state of denial and agitation.
This is because I think you're gonna get me.
Hey, nope. Get
No.
back. Sit back in there,
No.
Heather.
No.
Heather, hey.
No.
Stop. Don't do
No.
that. Just
No.
sit back in
No. I think that
She insists she wasn't driving, a claim that seems more like a desperate plea.
I'm really in trouble, and this is because I wasn't driving. If you ever have a fucking heart, man, please.
Okay. Is that what's
I
your
was
husband's?
As the officers try to piece together the events, Heather's story takes various turns. She claims she made her friend drive because of her own DUI history.
Oh, please don't do this to me. Please.
All right, I'll
Please,
just hold on.
if you could
Get back in.
ever have a heart, man.
Okay.
I made her drive because she has no DUIs.
Her voice is laced with fear and frustration, a cocktail of emotions that only adds to the chaos of the situation. The officers, maintaining their professionalism, ask for IDs, trying to untangle the web of Heather's narrative. The argument, as it turns out, started at a bar.
We left the bar. I was driving.
Okay.
Heather got out of line. I had enough.
So she was getting out of pocket a little bit.
She was.
Okay.
Yep.
Heather's friend, driving Heather's truck, had enough of her behavior and stopped the car.
And then you stopped the car because you didn't want
I
the
stopped
argument
the vehicle
to...
because I had enough.
Okay.
I mean, I started walking, and obviously she got in the driver's seat and drove.
Heather, in her own version of the story, was just trying to find her friend after the argument. She admits to having mixers in the car, but remains adamant about not driving.
Oh, there's some mixers in the center console?
Yes, those are mine.
Those are yours? Okay.
Yes. I didn't drive though.
You're
Like
just
that's
you're
a.
just dri-
Well, I was coming to find her, man.
The situation escalates as the officers decide to conduct a field sobriety test.
I do want to run you through field sobriety test.
Man.
Are you willing to do field sobriety test with me?
Yes.
Okay, so for this test, what I want you to do, feet together.
No, man.
Are you willing
Please.
to do it? Hey, Heather.
Heather, though cooperative, is a whirlwind of emotions. The sobriety test is a struggle for her, as she's visually impaired.
Oh, keep your head still. Oh, yep, sorry. You want to take a break? All right, keep going.
Her pleas become more desperate, her voice louder as she tries to convince the officers of her innocence.
Actually, even go to the bar and ask them who was driving.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay,
I
please. Please. Yes, please do that. I know I shouldn't be driving.
While Heather undergoes the walk test, she takes matters into her own hands and starts walking in a straight line without waiting for the officer's instructions to finish.
9. At that point, I need to turn around.
All right, I didn't.
Dude,
Heather,
man,
I didn't finish.
I'm so
Can I finish with my directions, please?
sick.
Heather,
I am sick about this.
can I finish?
This is so,
She's been through these sobriety tests before, so she figures she can speed things up.
this is so
Heather,
unfair to me.
Heather, can I finish my directions? So a state makes me go through
I
these
know,
tests a certain way.
but do you
right? Have you
believe
been
me?
through these tests before? Yep.
Please just let me go.
Okay.
Heather protests the sobriety tests, insisting it's unfair because she's actually sober this time and didn't drive.
For one time in life, I was fucking
All right. I want to hear.
not a drunk driver, and I'm getting popped.
Wait.
That is so unfair.
I'm going to give you one opportunity here.
Okay.
If we.
However, during the walk test, her struggle to maintain a straight line is evident.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Turn around. I suck.
And she wobbles during the one-leg test.
10,
Watch your foot.
11, 12, 13, 14. Sorry.
All right. You can stop. Are you,
Clearly indicating her lack of sobriety. The breathalyzer doesn't lie, showing Heather's high blood alcohol content, and that just breaks her down even more.
going? All right. You take that tube off the end of there. Don't blow that in my face, please.
Can you
All
please
right, so you're
go?
at a point.
But as they say, the law is the law. With her emotions on full display, Heather gets arrested for operating while intoxicated.
Put your hands behind your back for me, okay? All right, we're going to walk over to the side.
She tries everything, begging, pleading, even a bit of negotiating, all in an attempt to dodge the inevitable.
Yep. What?
Please.
Please what? Let me try to.
Go ask her who was driving,
Yes.
man.
Here, can you scoop?
I wasn't. I'm not trying to be a liar, man.
Her pleas are a mix of promises and desperation, a last-ditch effort to sway the officers.
Liar.
Yep.
I've done a lot of things in life, but a liar ain't one. I made her drive my truck.
Okay, Heather. Just
I
scoot
live
your-
in Stratford.
Yep, scoot your knee in.
Oh,
The weight of the situation crashes down on her like a wrecking ball. Returning to jail is an undeniable truth that eludes her understanding. The officers, a blend of sympathy and determination, shepherd her through the necessary steps. Following her arrest, Heather undergoes a blood draw at the hospital before being transferred to the county jail. It's an inescapable moment of reckoning. She finds herself trapped in the revolving door of her own misjudgments, confronting the repercussions of her choices. Heather is charged with OWI, 5th offense, and 3 counts of felony bail jumping. The charges are serious, a reflection of her repeated offenses. As the car pulls into the jail, Heather's fate is sealed. Maybe this story teaches us that reuniting with an old childhood friend after 10 years should be about laughter and good memories, not heated arguments that lead to a night in jail like poor Heather experienced. Number 3. Former mayor goes on a high-speed chase with police. You would expect that individuals in law enforcement or those responsible for making and enforcing laws should be exemplary, law-abiding citizens, right? After all, they wouldn't be able to hold such positions if they weren't. However, this next case completely challenges that notion. A car zipping through at 43 miles per hour in a 25 mile per hour zone catches the attention of a police officer. The license plate? Expired. The officer, with a routine mindset, signals the car to pull over. Little does he know, he's about to encounter a former mayor who's going to turn a simple traffic stop into a full-blown spectacle. Kathy Lux, a figure once respected in the halls of North Royalton City Hall, now sits behind the wheel, seemingly baffled. The officer, maintaining a calm demeanor, suggests pulling into a nearby parking lot.
Hello.
hi.
Let's go ahead and pull in this parking lot. That sound good? Okay.
No.
What's that?
She asks why she's being pulled over, and the officer explains.
I got you going 43 and a 25. What's that? What's no? And your plates are...
Confused, Lux repeatedly utters, no. Her response to the request for her driver's license? The same.
Do you have a driver's license with you?
No.
Okay. Where's your driver's license at?
Nope.
No. Okay.
It's a standoff of sorts, but with one party unaware of the brewing storm. The officer, perhaps sensing the tension, instructs Lux to put the car in park.
Okay. All right. Go and put the car in park.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, you put the car in park?
In an unexpected twist, Lux rolls up her window and hits the gas. The chase is on. It's brief, lasting just about 30 seconds, but it's enough to turn heads. Lux's car, now a rogue element on the road, collides with a tow truck in an automotive repair parking lot. Officers rush to the scene, pulling Lux from her car.
Get up.
Wait.
Get up.
I will.
Get up. Get up.
The officer arrests her, and the handcuffs click around her wrists.
My stuff is in my car.
I got you.
Lux, now a suspect, is not ready to relinquish control. She refuses to get into the police unit, her demands for her belongings filling the air.
Go ahead. My stuff. My
Go
wallet,
750 for the few
my everything is in my car.
She insists on getting the stuff in her car, her voice a mix of desperation and authority.
My stuff is in my car. My stuff.
You're crashing at Cleveland Burger. I'd have to send Cleveland Fire that way.
She even goes as far as saying that what the officer is doing is wrong.
What you're doing is wrong.
Come on.
I want my stuff.
I will. Get up. Have a seat. Come on.
No, I want my stuff.
No, you gotta get up here. That's not how it works. Come on.
Can you believe that? After leading the police on a chase and crashing into a truck, she thinks the police are in the wrong, not her.
Listen. Let me
Have a
tell
seat.
you.
No.
Let me tell you.
Put your foot up there and sit up.
No. Let me tell you.
That's how it works.
The situation escalates as Lux sits in the patrol car. Her confusion is evident, her demands unrelenting. She persists in demanding to have her belongings.
Could I please have my stuff
In a second.
in my car? Please.
The officers assure her that her things will be taken care of.
Let's see. I told you I'd get it for you.
Police are heading over to John Muir 5331.
But Lux is not easily placated.
124 for a first grader. Telling suicide, he's agitated. The staff has him visibly retained.
Do you not remember taking it off?
Sorry, restraint. He's in the hallway. 5531 West.
Lux, with an air of confidence, reveals that she held the position of mayor in North Royalton over 15 years ago.
24.
You know what? I was the mayor of the city of North Royalton.
It's quite puzzling how she can brag about her past mayoral role when her present actions involve violating several laws and contradicting the behavior expected of a responsible citizen. This revelation lingers in the air, almost surreal in its delivery. It's as if she believes her past status grants her special privileges, even when she's facing charges. The officers, undisturbed, carry on with their duties. Lux, accustomed to a position of power, now finds herself on the other side of the law. The officers, in their professional capacity, treat her as they would any other suspect. Lux faces a series of charges, including failure to comply, fleeing or eluding, operating a vehicle while impaired, OVI, driving with an expired plate, and an open container violation. Her journey from mayor to suspect is quite the downfall. Number 2. Drunk Karen is well aware she's getting arrested. Alcohol can work some strange magic on people. boosting their confidence and making them believe they're masters of the universe, even when they can barely stand or speak straight. And our next case, Peyton, is a prime example of this phenomenon. In a few moments, you'll see how she transforms into a know-it-all who stumbles and mumbles her way through simple tasks and questions. The air is thick with a heavy Florida humidity and the tension of a situation spiraling out of control. Peyton, found behind the wheel and passed out in traffic, becomes the reluctant protagonist in a narrative that's about to take a drastic turn. As the officers approach, their demeanor is professional and their intent is clear: to assess and handle a potential DUI case. Officer Byrne, with a tone both firm and measured, introduces himself to Peyton.
Hello, ma'am. How are you doing? My name is Officer Byrne with Boca PD. Am I speaking clearly, or can you hear me? Is everything okay with you today?
Disoriented and clearly agitated, she acknowledges him but struggles to grasp the gravity of her situation.
In order to dispel my alarm, would you be willing to submit to a couple of road sobriety tasks? Do you understand what I'm saying?
The roadside becomes an impromptu stage for the sobriety tests, a series of tasks designed to gauge Peyton's fitness to drive.
To dispel my alarm, would you be willing to submit to some road sobriety tasks?
Yeah, I'd appreciate it.
Okay, so could you step this way for me?
She agrees to the tests, but is preoccupied, repeatedly mentioning her need to urinate, a detail that seems to overshadow her understanding of the unfolding events.
Because I have to pot. I have to pee.
Ma'am, listen to me. Okay, my name is Officer. What is your name? What is your name?
The officers inquire about her location.
Peyton, do you know where you are?
Yes, I'm aware where I am.
Where are you?
In Boca.
Okay, you know what road you're on?
Yeah, I'm very well aware what road I'm on.
And despite her initial confidence about recognizing the road, her responses raise doubts.
Okay, what road are you on?
It's becoming quite clear that she's not entirely sober.
Well aware where I'm at.
Oh, what road are you on?
Really? And going well aware and going.
Well, she might know her name, but her GPS seems to be on the fritz. They also inquire about the date.
Today's day is well aware, so let's think.
And she confidently responds.
Is today Monday? Is today Tuesday? Is today Wednesday? Thursday? You know what day of the week it is?
And today's date.
However, when they ask about the president...
Okay, how about this, Peyton? You know who the president is?
Yeah.
Who's the president?
Boynton.
Boynton is the president?
Her response leaves them puzzled. Peyton's behavior during these basic questions reveals the effects of alcohol on her cognitive abilities, turning what should be routine inquiries into moments of uncertainty and amusement for the officers. Her confident but ultimately incorrect responses highlight the disconnect between her intoxicated state and the reality of the situation. It's a clear example of how alcohol can impair one's judgment and cognitive functions, leading to potentially dangerous consequences on the road. As the sobriety tests commence, Peyton's attempts are fraught with difficulty.
Okay, so Peyton, just do me a favor. I'm going to give you some instructions, okay? You got to follow these instructions for me, okay? All right? Can you hear me okay? Am I speaking clearly for you?
She's unsteady, her movements uncertain. Each instruction from Officer Byrne seems to add to her growing frustration.
Peyton.
I'm not going to pass.
You're not listening to me though, okay?
I'm not going to pass.
Do you want to try?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so if you want to try, let's come back to the car for me.
The tests, meant to bring clarity, only seem to deepen the chaos of the moment.
Peyton, you're not listening.
What do you mean?
Listen.
How are you going to tell me I'm
Listen.
not?
Left foot on the line, right foot in front of your left foot, heel to toe.
The officer's patience is evident, and their approach is methodical. Yet Peyton's cooperation fluctuates like a faulty signal.
Peyton, do me a favor. Peyton, listen.
I'm sorry.
Peyton, do me a favor, stand over here for me. Okay, look, don't lean on the car, Peyton. Don't lean on the car.
One moment, she's attempting to comply. The next, she's lost in her own narrative. a narrative where she's not the cause but the victim of the night's events.
You're gonna lift that leg up
Ready?
approximately 6 inches, either your left or right. You're not listening, Peyton. Okay, I'm trying to get you to get these exercises to dispel my alarm, and right now you're not doing a good job of that.
The officer attempts to explain the instructions to Peyton one more time to give her a fair chance.
So you're gonna have your feet together. You'll keep your arms. Peyton, you're starting.
But still, she starts without the go signal. This frustrates the officer and leads him to arrest Peyton.
I got it. You got it? Peyton, you're gonna be placed under arrest tonight for DUI, okay?
As she's escorted to the patrol car, Peyton is apologetic and filled with regret.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologize.
Can I at least pee?
Exit 30, I don't have a white female
Her earlier defiance gives way to a mix of resignation and disbelief. The journey to the police station is a quiet one, the silence punctuated only by the occasional sound of the police radio. For the officers, it's just another day on the job, but for Peyton, it's a day she won't forget anytime soon. It all began with a few too many drinks and culminated in the sobering realization that actions carry consequences, sometimes more serious than we anticipate. On that eventful day, Peyton found herself in a sobering encounter with law enforcement. She was slapped with a DUI charge, and the results of her breathalyzer test left everyone in disbelief, with readings of .257 and .256. To put this in perspective, these numbers were 3 times higher than the legal limit for blood alcohol content. It's the sort of revelation that makes you question how she managed to function, let alone decide to get behind the wheel of a vehicle. Yikes. Number 1. Drama queen thinks she's entitled to steal. You know, it's truly baffling when you see these Karens going about thinking it's perfectly acceptable to take what doesn't belong to them. It makes you wonder, were they born with some kind of inherent ignorance about societal rules? Or do they genuinely believe they're invincible, immune to the consequences that apply to the rest of us mere mortals? An officer, responding to a car theft in progress, finds himself in a standoff that's anything but ordinary. The suspect, a woman, sits defiantly in a car she doesn't own, her demeanor oscillating between demanding and defiant. The officer, trained for moments like this, approaches cautiously. He parks his cruiser strategically, ensuring there's no escape route. The woman, aware of her precarious situation, makes a bizarre request. She wants to be taken to jail, yet refuses to step out of the car.
I'm gonna need you to take me to jail, please.
Okay, hop out of the car.
No, take me out of the car.
Hop out of the car.
Absolutely not. I'm not gonna do it.
It's a paradox that sets the tone for what's to come. The officer, maintaining his composure, questions her decision to resist, but she's unyielding. Her resolve is firm as the car seat she refuses to leave. The situation escalates quickly. The officer reaches in to assist her out. As she's being handcuffed, she questions the officers why she's being detained.
What am I being detained for, officer?
I will explain that all to you in a second.
What am I being detained for, officer?
Relax.
Sir.
The officer, patient yet firm, informs her she's being detained for being in a vehicle that's not hers.
Okay. What am I being detained for?
Because you're in a vehicle that does not belong to you. It's
okay.
another person's vehicle.
And now?
Okay.
And now what?
Right. Well, we're going to put you in the seat. We're going to make sure you have nothing on you.
But she's not backing down. She's on a mission for answers. And she's not taking no for an answer.
That's not legal.
Well, it is. It's called, you potentially...
excuse me. I'm not trying to steal the vehicle. Why am I being detained?
Not even when it comes to her rights being read.
Read me my rights then.
We will.
Read me, no. Read me my rights. I know my rights.
Okay, you'll get them.
No.
Here's your rights, okay?
What are my rights?
The plot thickens as it's revealed to her that she's also under arrest for possessing other people's credit cards.
Why am I under arrest?
Okay, you're also,
why am I being arrested?
You're also under arrest for being in possession of other people's credit cards, which is a felony.
How's that?
Her reaction is one of disbelief, and she questions when possessing credit cards became a felony.
Since when is that a felony?
Ready? Here you go.
I want to see the... I want to know what the law is there.
Her tone is accusatory, and she wears her disbelief on her sleeve. As she's guided into the patrol car, she's still pushing to see the law she's supposedly breaking, her demands ringing through the quiet street.
Stop! We're not doing anything. All you gotta do is sit in the seat.
What am I being arrested for?
You've been told multiple times.
However, her resistance doesn't change the situation. The law remains clear, and her predicament remains serious.
I need you to tell me again, why am I under arrest?
Okay, trespassing and possession of access devices.
Of what?
Credit cards. They're called access devices.
Her skepticism about the charges persists, even though they've been explained to her repeatedly. She insists on tangible proof, a physical representation of the law she's alleged to have broken.
Show me that law.
Okay, I have them taped up here.
I need a copy of that.
Just look at her, acting like she's auditioning for a drama role.
I would like to see a copy of the law that states
Okay, listen.
I am arrestable for a felony offense.
Her portrayal of a damsel in distress continues as her rights are read to her.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have him present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, want to be appointed to represent you before any question if you wish.
The situation escalates as a bystander informs the officer about the stolen car and reveals the car's owner.
And whose car is this? Is this a customer's car?
Well, it's Greg.
Oh, that's actually.
I don't
Greg's
think
car.
it's actually his. I think he's just borrowing it. But he's driving right now.
To make matters worse, the screwdriver she used to break into the car is found inside.
The bag yours? The bag is mine, yeah. Okay.
All right, I've got to know. How exactly does one go about breaking into a car using nothing but a good old screwdriver? I mean, that's some James Bond level stuff right there. Do you finesse it into the keyhole like you're picking a lock? Or is it more like a smash and grab through the window? But the car doesn't have a single piece of broken glass inside, and the outside looks totally untouched. This car thief must be a screwdriver-wielding ninja, wouldn't you say? Amid the chaos, she insists the officers have caused her injury, repeating the claim urgently.
My wrist is broken, I'm pretty sure. I am pretty sure that pretty sure that you have broken the bones in my hand.
However, when asked if she needs medical assistance, she declines.
Do you need medical assistance for anything?
No.
So what's the real story here? Is she genuinely injured, or is she just putting on a dramatic show? During the journey to jail, she continues to resist and express her frustration. She refuses to accept being labeled as Jane Doe.
So you're gonna get booked in as Jane Doe unless you give us your name.
I gave you my name, you idiot!
Okay.
Threatens legal action against the officers.
I'm gonna sue the out of you.
Well, you'll be one of many.
You'll have a good time with this one.
And even mentions a lawyer's name she believes can defend her case.
Someone contact Dan Albertson. He knows me. My name is so recognize the name of the lawyer in Tacoma.
In the police cruiser, her demeanor shifts. She admits to urinating in her pants, a confession that's as unexpected as it is shocking.
My pants, because they were yanking on my arms.
Her ramblings continue, a mix of personal grievances and incoherent thoughts. She talks about past injuries and her children, her voice a cacophony of confusion and distress.
And I have previous injuries to my fucking solar plexus and my I can't remember what the
She sure has a lot to say, doesn't she? But not a word of apology or remorse. Throughout the entire ordeal, she portrays herself as the victim, firmly denying any wrongdoing. Ultimately, the woman's path from a stolen car to a jail cell is a story of resistance, the unforgiving grasp of the law, and, well, a generous dose of drama. And that brings us to the end of our list. Isn't it a sight to see these entitled individuals' overconfidence deflate before your eyes? The most amusing one for me was that Karen who seemed to be well aware of everything, except for the fact that she was on her way to jail. Here's a little tip. Honesty goes a long way. It's far less embarrassing to admit when you don't know something rather than pretending to be an expert on a topic you're clueless about, especially when you're intoxicated. What about you? Which case is still playing on a loop in your mind? Also, check out our other stuff showing up on the screen right now, and I'll see you in the next video. See you next time.